Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
But the fire is so I cannot do Shrek. I cannot do Shrek at all. No, that's a fail. But the fire, but inside is so delightful. I apologize for that.
It's Christmas in July.
Let's review.
It's Review Donkey.
Oh yes, Shrek. Let's review. Need some waffles at the same time, Mama. Oh yeah, I'm getting hungry.
Boom.
Boom, baby. All right. Season's greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And welcome to Christmas in July, the show where we review at least one Christmas special, sometimes many Christmas specials, every night here in the month of July. It's a gift that keeps on giving, isn't that right, Blue Dragon 5?
Oh, big time, big time.
Oh, yeah. So, Thursday night, it's kind of become a little bit of a tradition for us, you know, here on Christmas in July the past few weeks to review a DreamWorks Christmas special. And, yeah, there's a surprising amount of them. So, let's see. The first Thursday of Christmas in July, we did Dragon's Gift of the Night Fury. And we also did the surprisingly touching Kung Fu Panda holiday special. I really recommend that to people. That's seriously one of the best ones that I've seen so far.
Oh, yeah.
And then last Thursday, I kind of embraced my inner Scrooge by taking a look at a franchise that I don't really like so much, Merry Madagascar, and I actually ended up, you know, liking that. I liked it more than the Penguin holiday special, which we also reviewed. But now, Blue Dragon 5, now we get to the big one. This is probably, it's interesting because it's by far the most well-known out of the DreamWorks specials, but it's also, I think for you and our money, it's probably the worst of them.
Yeah, but it has a cool title, though.
Oh, it's definitely got a good title. It's definitely catchy. It's got its merits to it. I'm not going to sit here and say it's complete crap and there's not good to say about it. But
yeah, because the only one that's complete crap is Shrek the Third.
Oh God.
that's I still say that's
sequel to.
I still say that's the Bizarro Toy Story 3.
The Bizarro Toy Story 3.
It's like the complete opposite of Good Things to Do. A third movie of beloved animated franchise.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The only thing I vaguely liked about Shrek the Third was Eric Idle as Merlin.
Like, I'll say the animation was okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
that's about it.
And am I right? Is this, in fact, a direct sequel to Shrek the Third?
Well, I mean, it takes place
where we are in the timeline?
It takes place after Shrek the Third, yes.
Okay, but is it, so it's not after Shrek Goes Forth, right? Or
no,
Shrek Forever After, or whatever
they
ended up calling it?
I mean, technically, there's nothing contradicting that, but it's after the third.
Okay, okay.
I mean, well, technically, if you really want to be technical, at the end of the fourth, there's this really illogical plot hole where all the ogres exist now, so maybe that kind of stops this from being in continuity. I don't know.
Okay, so let's just say it takes place after.
It's after Shrek the Third. Yeah, it's after the third, after the babies are born. So yeah.
All right. So before we get into this recap, do you have any sort of background info for us?
Shrek was popular. Shrek the Third was popular, so they in the line.
Yeah, apparently back in the day.
And DreamWorks basically not much background. Just DreamWorks picked some of their most popular franchises, and apparently Shrek was one of them. Okay,
is this the first of the DreamWorks Christmases? I'm imagining, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Pretty sure.
All right, and all the original voices are back, correct?
Oh yeah, everyone's back.
So Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
No appearance from Farquaad, unfortunately.
No.
It would have been great if they would have put Farquaad in as the ghost of a Christmas.
Actually, I had a. What if I bring up something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, the thought I had about Lord Farquaad's voice actor, John Lithgow. What if he voiced the Grinch in the upcoming animated Grinch film?
I am so down for that. That would. Oh yes. Oh, that's the best Grinch casting I've heard so far.
That's
that
the thing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
anyways,
humble thought. Anyway, keep going.
So Shrek the Halls. Our special begins humbly enough with a close-up of a baby ogre's ass being powdered.
Yeah.
Because that's classy. Because that's classy for you. That's a classy way to introduce a Christmas special.
Yeah, that's a Katzenberg. I'm just going to blame it on Jeffrey Katzenberg. Let's keep going.
Oh, God. So right from the get-go, I was kind of like, oh, Jesus Christ, there's going to be way too many poop jokes in this, isn't there? Oh, God, I'm frightened.
Technically, there are no poo jokes, just fart jokes, but...
The toilet humor in general.
Certainly.
If it's a bodily function, it offends me. That's my stance.
Well, the point is, we start this special 159 days before Christmas.
Is it? Wait, I didn't get any of that.
Okay, remember when the baby's getting powdered?
Yeah.
And we see it's a misdirect because it's actually summertime, and we thought that was snow. But
oh,
no,
okay, yeah, you're right. Okay.
It's summertime, and...
Frickin' don't pull a Buzz Lightyear on me and make me all confused and shit.
It's... Okay, it's summertime, and Donkey comes by.
Yeah, and he's excited about Santa, right? So...
Is so excited he comes to Shrek 159 days earlier.
Oh, okay, yeah, right, I get it, okay. And also, might I point out, there is a funny little gag where Shrek, he's got his baby, and he's like, all right, all clean, now go in the mud.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Donkey, he's all jacked up about Santa, even though it's far away.
Yep.
Okay, so
Point is, Donkey's going to come back a little periodically, saying, "Oh, Shrek, you got it. It's only 59 days till Christmas. You gotta get all your stuff because those marshmallows are hard to come by, and you can't have Yams without marshmallows."
Yeah, Carl from As Told by Ginger can tell you that.
And pretty much, Shrek's just brushing him off, saying, "Donkey, I don't care about Christmas."
Yeah, he comes right out. It's very upfront. It's just like, oh, looks like we have the Scrooge. Looks like we have the person who doesn't care about Christmas, who needs to get a little Christmas spirit injected into him. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, so I must admit, Blue Dragon 5, this whole framing device, I totally did not know that it was like taking place over a period of months. So
I think that was funny. There are a lot. There's spurred out throughout the special. You got some funny gags, and this is one of them. The fact that Donkey keeps reminding him, and then of course he doesn't need it, and then he sees the family's actually jazzed out of their minds about their first Christmas, and Shrek is in trouble.
Yeah, however, Fiona kind of overhears it. She gets excited about Christmas, and Shrek, he promises a surprise.
However, two things. I gotta point this out.
Oh, yeah, sure.
One, Fiona, not too bright either. Okay, I gotta say that because Fiona, if you're really psyched about Christmas, you would have. I mean, it's wives. Again, not to besmirch wives all around the world, but wives nag, and it's not always bad nagging, but they nag to remind. And you don't remind someone that Christmas is coming, a holiday you celebrate, a holiday you're looking forward to. You don't remind them until 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
It's literally 2 days before Christmas when Shrek's running in a hurry. That's the second day before Christmas Eve, I mean.
I hear ya. So, speaking of that, this is my favorite part in the whole special, which I
know,
guess
this is my favorite part, too.
I just said something a little bit.
I'm with you, Tiki. This is my favorite part.
But it's the opening credits. It's just like, it's so epic. It's just... Can
I say it?
Yeah, go for it.
So essentially, so now Shrek's in trouble, so after he finds that Fiona and the kids are jazzed about the holiday, again, Donkey said, basically Fiona goes back in the house and Donkey says, "So you're a dead man." Then Shrek says, "Yeah." And then basically we see Shrek running across this. Essentially, the whole journey of Shrek 2 in 3 seconds.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So he's running across the giant mountain ranges, snow-covered mountain ranges across bridges and so forth, like this giant epic journey playing to such an operatic scale and such operatic music playing behind it. I wish I could name the song, but it's like dun 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 dun, and it's like this huge. We see this little Shrek running across this huge landscape. It's hilarious. Again, I love the mundane, and this is one of those wonderful occasions.
Oh,
And
no.
just the fact that Shrek, he comes through this giant perilous journey, he just opens his little doorknob and he just walks in this lone bookstore. Take us from here. Take us from here.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, I must say, DreamWorks really knows how to open these Christmas specials.
They do.
Between that and the
Merry Madagascar.
yeah, Merry Madagascar, where Santa gets shot down.
So I'm saying the openings were good for this, with the exception of Fiona's negligence.
Yeah. Okay, so
Well, that's part of our Christmas formula, last-minute Christmas planning.
oh, of course, gotta have it. So, so Shrek, he's kind of in a panic. He's at the bookstore. The bookstore, they're telling him, like, no, we're closed. And Shrek's like, please, you gotta help me. I just need something for my family for Christmas. And then,
It's a helpful shopkeep, by the way.
What?
It's a helpful bookkeeper, by the way.
Yeah, and so the shopkeep, he,
She.
Oh, I'm sorry. She pulls out, what is it?
Remember, she's very peppy. It's Christmas for idiots.
It's basically Christmas for village idiots.
Yeah, right. Christmas for village. Basically, she says it like it's in 5 easy steps.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And those 5 steps are: step 1, decorate; step 2, hang the stocking; step 3, the Christmas feast. Yum. Step 4, the tree; and step 5, most importantly, telling the Christmas story.
Yeah, and I really like how emphasized the story gets in the special. I think that's kind of cool.
And again, I love mundanity, but this, especially mundanity on Operatic Scale, because we see right after that she kicks him out of the shop pretty much because it's closing time, and basically wishes him a Merry Christmas. But then we see the true side of holidays, which I kind of try to emphasize in my Frozen special, the chaos of the holidays. People running around nuts. They're going nuts.
Basically, there's just an angry mob demanding eggnog.
Pretty much.
And I swear to God, Timmy Turner's father must be in that crowd somewhere.
Maybe. But also, we have the one guy, the one that cracks me up, he repeats Donkey's line, "Oh, where are the marshmallows? You can't have yams without marshmallows!" One is Shrek's in trouble. Big old trouble.
Mm-hmm.
He's on his own, pretty much, for this holiday.
Right. So meanwhile, we cut back. It's the next day, and Fiona
Christmas
gets
Eve.
What?
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve. Yeah. And Fiona, she gets woken up by a loud thump on the ceiling, and she goes out, and Shrek is hanging, kind of Christmas Vacation style, right?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
A little bit, he's hanging kind of Christmas Vacation style, with all these tangled up lights, and we see Shrek, he's out decorating, he's trying his hardest, and I really do like the design that they got for this, for his swamp house at Christmas, because it's unique, it looks exactly like what Shrek would do.
Oh, yeah.
So, so there's, I don't know, like, can you describe some of the decor we have?
Okay, you get like a bunch of foreign objects, basically anything that's found around a swamp, put in, like, I believe, snow on the roof, and basically, it looks nice, it looks festive. I couldn't really think many details other than that. However, then Donkey comes by and gives him his Christmas card.
From the Donkey family.
So much self-love.
I love the concept that Donkey has a whole family that's just called Donkey.
Yeah, so it's just, I was looking at the Christmas card, so much self-love because no one else is in the picture other than Donkey. Couldn't help but notice that.
Okay. How about this? Going back to the whole Donkey being lonely thing from the first movie. What if Donkey's the only donkey and he's the only one in his family, but he wants to make himself a family, so he's got this family Christmas card? How about that?
Well, he has a family. He's married and he has kids. Why aren't they on the card?
Well, I'm just saying fellow donkeys.
Well, he has a family. Why isn't the family?
Actually, yeah, you're right. Come to think of it, why isn't the dragon on the card?
Yes, the dragon and the kids.
And the kids, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
The only rationale I could have, aside from just being a little self-absorbed, or maybe Dragon was taking a picture or something, I don't know. Aside from that would be that he had it pre-made. He was so lonely. He just had Christmas cards made for future occasions, and he didn't get to use them because he had no friends.
Right.
Maybe.
And that's where he comes up with the whole idea, like, whoa, if I don't have a family, I'll make myself a family. Donkey family Christmas card.
Okay. Continuing forward.
Okay, so Donkey, he kind of criticizes Shrek's decor skills, but and then essentially he's talking with Fiona, and he's essentially saying like, oh, I can't wait to come over for Christmas and make waffles and blah 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 blah. He doesn't actually say that, but
well, he likes waffles though.
Yeah, we'll see the waffles in play this special. But Fiona, she's basically like, oh well, Shrek wants a nice quiet
Christmas.
A nice quiet Christmas with the family.
Understand.
And then Donkey, he's just like, oh, okay, I got you, princess, I got you. So we kind of get the sense that Donkey might have been misinterpreted, maybe.
Might have. Might have.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, because Donkey doesn't do anything halfway.
So then we get a montage of just Shrek, Fiona, and the kids kind of. What are they doing? They're just setting up for Christmas, right?
Yeah, they're helping Shrek decorate and get ready for Christmas season.
Yeah.
Basically checking off stuff in the book of the requirements for Christmas. And it's a fun scene. It's a nice holiday scene. I enjoyed this. Basically, they're blowing like the swamp animals in the balloons like they did in the firch movie. I always liked
cool.
that gag.
Yeah.
Basically using the ogre breath to make candy canes. Bunch of stuff you can get in a Christmas tree. Fun stuff.
Yeah, cool.
It's nice. It's sweet. We got like a nice little sweet Shrek family Christmas in the works. But then, again, I like how the family helped out too, and the kids too. Even the kids helped out. It's nice. Take us through what happened.
So it's Christmas Eve. The family's gathered around. Shrek's about to read the story, which is the night before Christmas, to the kids, and in comes the whole gang. Let's see. We've got the three little pigs. We've got Pinocchio.
Big Bad Wolf.
Big Bad Wolf.
Who's a cross-dresser?
Yeah.
You mentioned Pinocchio?
Yeah, Pinocchio, he comes in, he's just like, it's the season of love! Of course, we've got Gingy.
The three blind mice.
Yeah. Puss in Boots. Oh god, he has a great bit where he walks in, and the babies see him, and they're like, and then Puss is just
resume the position.
I will resume the position.
Basically, I'm grabbing at the cat and stuff. And I think that's everyone. We didn't have the ugly stepsister. I think that's everyone.
Yeah, the donkeys. Dragon's there.
Dragon's outside because she's too big to get in the house, and the kids are on the inside though.
Yeah. So everyone, it's just kind of a big panic. There's this nice shot where like the whole crowd rushes up to put, to hang up stockings like all in unison.
Essentially, they literally, and I gotta tell you something, one thing I do kind of emotionally connect with this special is I have been in Shrek's position so many times.
Oh, absolutely.
I tell you one thing, I don't want to bore you with my problems, but I don't really like how I spend my Christmas Eves.
I don't like crowds. I don't like crowds in general. Anyone who knows me kind of knows that. Like, I am not comfortable in large crowds like this. Parties are hell for me. So.
Well, the main thing is I'm not crazy about crowds that I don't approve of.
Right. Sure.
The point is, the particular crowd I deal with, I really don't like around Christmas Eve. Anyway.
I hear you, Blue Dragonfly, because I have always lovingly called Christmas at my grandmother's house the shit-talking Olympics for reasons that I won't get into.
So continuing on, basically they come in, they literally ruin everything Shrek. I loved just Shrek's little quiet Christmas. I love that myself. I empathize with Shrek, saying, "Oh, this is nice," and he's about to read the story. Everything's going to go swell. Then they come in, they undo everything. Like literally, they ruin his Christmas dinner.
Sure. Yeah.
The dragon lights the fire, incinerates. That was our Christmas goose. or whatever, and then basically says, don't hang anything. He turns around and they all just swarm around when he turns around and hangs everything. I feel so bad for Shrek.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're ruining his Christmas.
Oh god.
Anyway, so
so a dance party breaks out, appropriately enough, led by Pinocchio's basically like the instigator of this whole thing.
Well, Donkey also.
Well, yeah, Donkey. Well, Donkey's the one who had good intentions. Pinocchio's kind of the one that makes it crazy.
Oh yeah.
Because Pinocchio's the one who's always ruining shit. Like he's the one who's just like, "Hey, everybody, let's dance!"
I think Pinocchio might be the dumbest member of... I'm not saying bad or anything, I'm just saying the literally dumbest member of the group.
Yeah. So, as would be the case with me, if I was in a party and everyone just started dancing, I'd be like, I'm getting the fuck out.
Let me put it to you this way. Again, I don't want to bore my problems, but the way Shrek's feeling I've emphasized with so much, and I don't go into the outhouse, but I isolate myself as far as much as I can throughout the night.
I hear you.
I do not want to be in a room with these people. Ugh.
Yeah, so I'd say it's safe to say that you and me have both had pretty much the exact same conversation that Shrek has with Fiona here multiple times.
I mean, I like my Christmas Eve gatherings where I have some of my friends and comrades around. We watch the Christmas specials and so forth. Well, it's a little quiet gathering, but then I hate the big old party.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so so basically we see Shrek has done the smart thing, and he's out in the not the best smelling notion, but he's in the outhouse just kind of waiting at the party, and I like how Fiona comes out there and she's trying to get Shrek to come out of there, and Shrek's just saying, it's stuck in there, and he just does not want to go in there.
It's like, who could blame him? It's like who goes to a Christmas party and turns it into a damn frickin' rave?
Yeah, I mean, they literally ruined his Christmas in 1 minute. And things are going so well. He was on step 5. He's just going to read the book and it would have been done.
So Fiona, she basically convinces him to come back. She's just like, well, these are our friends, and So Shrek, he leaves the outhouse, and then Pinocchio, who apparently has been waiting, just yells, "Finally!" And then he just runs into the outhouse.
Wait, what does Pinocchio do?
What?
I'm sorry, can you say that again with Pinocchio?
Well, remember when Shrek leaves the outhouse and he's hiding behind the outhouse, and when Shrek leaves, he's like, "Finally!" And
okay, I remember.
Okay, so I love this gag when Shrek walks in. The first thing he sees is Gingy.
Okay, now I think this gag's silly.
He looks like he's drunk, so he throws up a chocolate chip.
Yeah, that's. Come on, that's a little stupid.
I liked it. I just like the idea of chocolate chips being the thing that gingerbread men throw up.
Well, it's more so what bothers me about it is just how he kind of comes up and says, "Excuse me, excuse you for what?" Like, why would he run up?
He's supposed to be drunk, so it's like that's how drunk people act.
I guess I never considered that he was drunk. I just thought he was just.
That's instantly what I thought when I saw him.
I just thought he was being everyone else is not in their best, most accommodating of senses right now, so I thought he was just being inconsiderate.
Mm-hmm.
If he is drunk, I guess.
Speaking of inconsiderate,
yes,
Shrek and Fiona, they find a nice little moment under the mistletoe, but then the little jackass himself, who's really starting to piss me off more and more the more he's in the special, Pinocchio, he comes in and he's just like, "Mind if I go in?" And then he starts singing "Don't Stop Believing."
I love when you do Pinocchio.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.
Oh, that's funny. Sorry, it just cracks me up. Anyway.
Okay, so this really pisses Shrek off, but But he sees his babies
Oh,
underneath
I
the
love
table.
this moment. Before it
Yeah.
gets ruined, I love this moment.
Of course, it's gonna get.
It's such a nice holiday where he's bending under the
Yeah, he's like,
table.
"Oh, hey, so do you wanna finish the story?" And the babies are all like,
You
"Ooh."
want Daddy to finish the story? Okay, well, 'twas the night before Christmas. Oh, are you telling? Are you telling? You telling the 'twas the night before Christmas? I love that story.
Oh
And
god.
then we get into vignette territory where Donkey's
Yeah,
regaling them
I
with
kind of I was kind of hoping that this special was gonna kind of stay in vignette territory because I was really enjoying it, like the few we get.
Well, you see, Tiki, I think the reason we only get 3 is because the other characters don't really lend themselves to much vignette potential when you really think about it.
I don't know. Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
saying, Pinocchio, 3 blind mice, and 3 pigs. Not much story potential aside from Santa Claus having to visit 3 houses. Geppetto involved in a story somehow.
Oh god, that'd be good.
Again, I'm stretching here, but I mean,
No, I hear you. I hear you. Okay.
not much story potential. So I think that's the reason we only get 3.
But this was probably my favorite, like, besides the opening credits, this was probably my favorite overall section.
Yeah, I love the ending to Donkeys.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Take us through Donkeys.
Okay, so Donkey, they're all variations of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," and Donkey, he starts out, oh, there were all these great things. He's got a giant eggnog fountain.
Essentially, all the commercialism of Christmas in
Yeah. And he's got interpretive dancers for some reason.
Essentially, a giant holiday parade of mostly food items.
But I like this idea, though. I like this idea of the parade. I think it's nice. It's like he's into the commercialism, but he's also kind of thinking about the spectacle. But then, oh god, taking up the rear of the parade is a glorious image. I'll probably have to try and find this and make this the thumbnail.
Oh, I would love that.
It's a giant. It's a giant Santa Claus waffle.
Waffle Claus! It's a giant parade float that is a waffle of Santa Claus, and it is hilarious. More hilarious, it cracks me up. Donkey's getting involved in the story saying, oh, it was a giant waffle Santa Claus. And, of course, Donkey loves waffles for some odd reason.
So he goes up. A funny detail is that the singing dolls from Duloc are on there, and they're singing Hallelujah.
You're right. I forgot about the dolls. Yes, the singing dolls from Duloc are singing, but more hilarious.
And so Donkey, he's just like, oh, Santa, I would take a bite out of you.
Donkey.
And then you hear Shrek, and it's like, Donkey.
First you hear like this giant Santa Claus.
I love how excited Donkey gets out about hearing Santa. He's, yes, Santa.
First of all, you just hear the Santa Claus having a big booming voice. Donkey says, "Yes, Santa." As he's licking the syrup from the bottom of the parade, and we hear him keep saying, "Donkey." Then we're starting to hear him with an accent. And then basically, the third time, we snap back into reality. He says, "Donkey." We basically see that Donkey is getting so carried away with the fantasy that he is licking Shrek's leg, thinking it is syrup on a giant waffle Santa Claus parade float.
Oh, that was great.
That can talk.
Classic.
Donkey. I just love the timing on that. Wonderful timing on that.
Yeah.
Then, of course, Puzz says, no, that's not what Santa Claus is. I'll tell you what Santa Claus is.
Yeah, so Puss, he has a very, kind of a short one. The 3 blind mice are in his...
mainly the gag is he literally is Santa Claus.
Yes. He
Puss.
scratches an S into a piece of wood.
Oh, yeah. Puss in stockings.
And he has red boots and a red cape. And but basically the gag with Puss in Boots is that he's hyping himself up, and then the Santa Puss in Boots sees an ornament. No, it's his hat, right?
Yes, his hat, literally like the one you have above you.
And he does this.
Well, his eyes go wide, and then basically.
I know. I'm trying to get my eyes to go wide.
Essentially that.
Essentially that.
Essentially, Puss goes into cat mode and he's playing with it, and then we find he's really playing with an instrument on the tree, with an ornament on the tree.
And then he just says, like, I have shamed myself.
Oh, that's funny. Then the best story of all happens. The most awesome thing ever happens with this next story.
Oh God. You want to take us through it?
Oh, can I?
Sure.
Okay, so in essentially B-movie horror style, in B-horror movie style,
Yes.
Gingy is the only one at the Christmas party who's freaked out by Christmas, and we don't know why. So now I guess he's sobered up. So,
Yeah, apparently.
He's sobered up with the tragedy of Christmas, apparently. So he basically says, "No, Christmas is a horrible thing." He basically reflects back to a Christmas, and I love just the detail. They're watching a TV in a home. It's like a drive, and again, it's like a classic B-movie horror film.
Right.
Like, the monster attacks the 50 teenagers in love in the car. And essentially, I love the little candy cane car made of toast and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With a little gingerbread car. I love that. Just that in itself amuses me. And then, Gingy is with his little girlfriend, Susie. Susie, the gingerbread woman, in the car, and basically he's telling her, like, the classic, then they turned around, and he had a hook, and he scares her little candy cane hook. He says, "Oh, I'm just kidding you." He says, "I'm mad at you." "Oh, come here, you." He says, "Oh, I can't stay mad at you."
Oh, I couldn't stay mad at you.
It's so sweet, and pardon the pun, because they're both cookies. But it's a nice little moment, but then, the best thing ever happens, where, a giant bellowing figure approaches in front of the screen, interrupting the film. Mason says, "Look at that!" And then he says, "No, I'm not falling for that." "No, look!" And we see a giant monster Santa Claus who shrieks like Godzilla. And he's like going, and it is absolutely the most hilarious thing you've ever seen. It is truly hilarious. Just Santa Claus going, like a monster.
I apologize for that.
And then following that, basically turns into an actual horror movie where Santa Claus reaches down as he's roaring, as he screeched just now, grabbing Susie, and Gingy's freaking out. "Susie! No!" So essentially, there is a fatality within this Christmas special, which is unusual.
The one thing I could say is that I love how Santa essentially has a Godzilla roar.
I love that.
Like, I bet if Zazubar's ever seen this special, he'd just light up with joy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so anyways, let's see. So that's the end of the vignettes, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
the voice actress is also Trixie the Triceratops in Toy Story. It's Trixie, I'm sorry, I'm butchering her name.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, but yeah, anyway.
So then I think essentially after this we have the big extended destruction scene, right?
Yeah, essentially chaos destroys the Christmas party, starting with, again, Donkey doing kind of an inconsiderate thing. He sees that Shrek's book pops out, the Christmas for Village Idiots guide, and he says, "Oh, Shrek, what's this?" He says, "Donkey, give it back to me." He says, "I just want to look at it." I said, "Don't give it back, Donkey." And basically, during the struggle, it flies out of their hands, and flies out of the hands and mouth, and basically it hits something, basically a lot of chaos. The Rube Goldberg of chaos, pretty much. And basically,
essentially, yeah.
Like the pigs almost choked, a Heimlich maneuver on Heimlich. It's funny. And then pretty much just the whole place turns to shambles, and eventually
his eye pops out.
Yeah.
What? Eye?
Well, anything else you can recall before the eventual end of the chaos?
The Christmas tree sets on fire.
And so does.
So does what?
Shrek. Shrek catches on fire.
Of course, yeah.
Shrek catches on fire, and then he's put out, and then after that, he basically. This is a funny kind of. This kind of reminds me of like an Aardman gag, to be honest with you. He's the ears, and it looks like Shrek's about to do the classic cartoon thing where he heats up like a teapot, but no, he's just literally a teapot needs to be put off. Oh, the tea, let me get that. And then basically Shrek says, out! Everyone's thrown out of there, and well, Ebenezer Scrooge, Ebenezer Shrek. Sorry, but yeah, essentially Shrek.
The Scrooge stuff, really kind of hammering it in.
I don't know. I just love Donkey say. I love Donkey's delivery. Eddie Murphy's delivery as Donkey on the line. Ebenezer Shrek.
And a ball humbug to you too.
Funny, very funny.
So yeah.
I'm kind of with Shrek at this point. They were getting annoying.
At this point, yeah. At this point, if it was my house and I was trying to have a quiet freaking Christmas, I'd be like, get the fuck out too.
I think we've all been in Shrek's position, at least at some point of our lives, wanting to throw everyone out around Christmas time.
Oh god. So so Shrek walks in, and Fiona, unfortunately, she doesn't agree with Blue Dragon 5 and me. She's upset with Shrek. She said, like, well, hey, they're our family, so.
I don't know. I think she's pulling a Skylar White here. I think she's just trying to be difficult.
Foreshadowing.
Yes, Shrek and Donkey go on to make meth together. No.
Oh, God.
It's called a fairy tale high.
Hey, Shrek! Hey, Shrek! We have to cook! We have to cook, Shrek! We have to cook! We have to cook waffles! Do we have to cook meth?
And I guess Lord Farquaad, Gustavo Fring.
Oh, God.
Anyway, continuing on.
Okay, continuing on, yeah, so,
Fiona and the babies walk out.
Yeah, Fiona and the babies walk out, and then,
Shrek gets introspective.
Oh, yes, oh, yes.
He's looking at the place in shambles and looking at the book, I guess, and he's kind of reflecting on the good of Christmas, I suppose, dusting off the debris.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so then we see the gang who's walking in the snow.
The snow looks. I was gonna say the snow looks good.
It does, yeah. The in general is really good for sure.
I like the lighting and the snow effects in the special a lot.
But so Fiona and Donkey are talking, and and basically Donkey understands the the mix-up because Fiona's like, well, Donkey, I told you that I just wanted a nice quiet family Christmas, and then Donkey's just basically like, well, yeah, no, that's why I brought a whole family. So anyway, Shrek shows up. He gives the obligatory. Well,
first of all, we should say the gang's starting to regret their actions, and Donkey's just saying, "I don't get why it has such a bad attitude. I did what I wanted. I brought everyone in there for Christmas." So the point is, they're starting to feel, well, you kind of invite everyone, Donkey, when we just want a quiet Christmas. Pointing it, they're all starting to feel a little bad, but they're still pretty peeved at Shrek.
So at first, Shrek's not really getting the point across very well.
I hated what Shrek did here. I really this moment coming up.
Okay, well, you want to get into it?
Yeah, sure. Essentially, Shrek first he's making bad apologies.
Mm-hmm.
At first, basically saying, "I'm sorry for the way he doesn't reveal the Christmas thing yet, does he? He says it after the apology. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
So he's making an apology, and I hate the apology gag. It's so overdone. Basically saying, "You didn't know you were annoying me, and I forgive you." Basically saying it's all your fault. Which, I mean, come on, man. That's
it's a little on the nose.
I hate the apology gags. Rarely will they work for me. The apology gags. Like the Fonz was one of those characters to get away with the apology gag.
Yeah.
Shrek. Not so much. I'm on Shrek's side, except for the apology bit.
Okay.
Anyway, so I love how first of all, I love how the big bad wolf says, "Okay, forgive him, let's go eat." And I love to Donkey's credit. My favorite bit with Donkey in this entire special is when Donkey says, "Oh, hold on." Basically, Donkey pries at a right moment. He says, "What's going on here, Shrek? I know there's a reason you want that here." Then he basically Shrek, "Oh, go on, take it from here."
Well, Shrek, he basically reveals that he has never had a Christmas. That, ogres, they don't celebrate anything. And so Donkey's sad. Let's see. Christmas ain't Christmas till someone cries.
Usually it's me.
Let's see. And then what happens to get us back to the house?
Essentially, the lesson is learned in this sequence. It's a really nice line too, and again, regrettably, it ties into my Frozen special idea. But there's no right way to do Christmas.
Right, sure.
Essentially, after they learn that, basically, I guess Shrek invites them back, and they have like a little bit of a snowball gag, or basically throws a snowball at Shrek. Oh, I deserve that. Then they throw. Oh, you're pushing it. And I love the bit with Dragon where she basically nails Donkey with a branch of snow. She's like, who did that? And the Dragon's looking off to the side like, oh, who did it?
Yeah.
Not me. Then they're back at Shrek's house, and I like this moment. I like the end. At least I like the framework of the ending here. I'm not too crazy about the end result. It's okay, but I love more so the cozy aspect of they're all curled up by the fire inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
With blankets and sleeping bads and tow.
Pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, I love that. So this is funny, right?
And he's just resting in a loaf of in a sandwich.
Not a good idea.
No, not really.
Especially after your whole horror movie experience.
I know, right? It's like, wouldn't that bring up a little bit of PTS or post-traumatic stress?
Well, remember, actually in Shrek, to Shrek the Third's credit, there is one gag with Gingy that is basically his life flashing before his eyes.
Oh, yeah, I do.
To be fair. Anyway. The king's death and Gingy are the only redeeming factors of that film.
Right.
Anyway, continuing on. So Shrek's now telling "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
Yes. Oh God.
With ogre claws.
I hate the thing about the kazoos in their sleep.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
The point is, I'm not too crazy about. I mean, it kind of fits, but it's cheap. Essentially, they do a really gross Christmas. Essentially, basically, he grossifies all the decorations of Christmas and makes it all ogre-y and messy and swampy, which,
This really kind of killed the special for me.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of fits with, that's Shrek being kind of true to what an ogre is, but I mean, it was a nice Christmas doll all cozy on the floor. You could have just, I don't know how they could do it. It fits with Shrek, but it's a little too just for gross's sake. And it was a silly gag about the goose.
Right.
Goose is his wife, but no, actually gives his wife a goose's and he did this certain temperature. I like one bit though. I like before he reads the book, before he tells "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," he throws the book saying, "I won't be needing this." That's a nice little bit of character development.
Yeah, sure.
There's no right way to do Christmas. I'm throwing away the book.
To quote Philip Seymour Hoffman from the Nostalgia Critic review of Patch Adams, "My character arc is complete."
Anyway, there is a funny gag. I mean, the ending is okay. Essentially, Santa, they hear "ho ho ho" or something in the sky, and they see Santa Claus swooping by, and the funny gag is Gingy says, "Oh, Santa Claus!"
Oh yeah, Gingy's terrified.
He runs inside and closes the door, which is
my
nice.
question is, why does Santa Claus say "ho ho ho" and not?
That's a POV thing.
Yeah, I know.
Then, it's kind of a nice visual. Well, yeah, it's actually kind of nice. We see the Shrek ears on the moon.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
it's kind of nice. And that's it.
Yeah, and then it ends with a Shrek the Halls punk song. Yeah.
So again, this is a little hit and miss for me. It has good bits, but I'm with Shrek's side. I don't think I'm supposed to be on Shrek's side.
Exactly. That's the problem. That's the big problem. It's flawed. This thing's flawed.
Had they pulled back the annoyingness a little, made it a little more realistic, I might have been a little more on.
Definitely some good sections. I really like the vignettes, especially Gingy's part.
Yeah, vignettes are good.
There's some good comedy throughout. Donkey's got some good lines, but yeah, overall, it's overall, it's a little bit of a mess. Just a little bit. Like I wish.
I mean, that fits for Shrek, given mess.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I wish I had better things to say about it, but.
Well, when they hit a good gag, they hit a good gag, and it's really funny. But when they don't,
it's true.
really
Yeah,
noticeable.
the Gingy stuff definitely did have me laughing, but.
And sadly enough, it kind of makes sense given where we left off with Shrek the Third. So it's after Shrek 2, basically Shrek turned into hit or miss territory.
Oh God, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
And essentially, they did the same thing with that Halloween Shrek special, where pretty much that one's just it's a rehash of stuff we already know.
True.
And
right,
I mean, Shrek the Fourth has it. Like half of Shrek the Fourth is good. Half.
Okay.
There are good moments, and it's almost really good, but it's better than 3. At least 4 is trying. 3 is just terrible. I'll unabashedly say 3 is again. It's Bizarro Toy Story 3. The worst thing you can do with the third movie for a popular animated franchise.
Okay, so that was our recap of Shrek the Halls. Definitely some polarizing opinions here, but it was a fun one. Definitely some good gags. I think it's nice to kind of go through some specials that aren't perfect. You know what I mean? Some specials that definitely have some flaws in them. So I think that's kind of interesting. But
it does feed into that formula of the last-minute Christmas preparations, people getting on your nerves. Actually, I think it's the first time we have Christmas people getting on your nerves around the holidays, if I'm right.
Indeed. And chalk that up to another one on the formula, because speaking of formulas, that's kind of the whole point of Christmas in July. We believe that all these Christmas specials, they kind of run together for us. They all kind of have the same sort of plot structures, the same sort of dilemmas. They all have a bunch of cliches, and there's a recipe. There's some sort of scientific formula that you could put together and make the ultimate Christmas special, and God darn it, we're going to find it.
How are we going to do that, Tiki?
We're going to do that by putting the mistletoe underneath the microscope next time on Christmas in July.
Oh, la 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 la.
Donkey!